Since then, they've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Their blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com. Gina Tempesta, WBC's traffic on the 3.
Hey, check of the 4-day WBZ AccuWeather forecast. Here's Joe.
Partly sunny this afternoon, breezy and kind of mild, the high 43 to 47. Partly cloudy tonight, though 24. Intervals of clouds and sun tomorrow, breezy and colder, high 33. For Saturday, sunny, breezy, and much, much colder, high 14. For Sunday, cloudy and very cold with snow moving in, especially for the afternoon and at night. We're expecting at least 3 to 6 inches of snow accumulation from the storm through Monday, but any northward shift in the storm track can bring much higher totals to the city. Sunday's high 22, staying in the 20s Monday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg, WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
And there is a winter storm watch that has been posted for this area by the National Weather Service. It goes into effect at 7 o'clock Sunday morning. A cold weather advisory goes into effect tomorrow night at 10 p.m. for those very chilly weekend temperatures. Right now, not so chilly. 41 in Concord, 45 in Taunton, 44 in Hyannis, 38 in Worcester, 43 degrees in Boston. 2:26 as we check New England business, the business of the Blue Line. This weekend's planned service suspension will be extended, taking place between Bowdoin and Orient Heights instead of Airport because of the upcoming frigid weather forecast. The MBTA says extending to Orient Heights allows Operations Control Center personnel to better manage switch infrastructure during the extremely cold temperatures. The T will be performing tunnel inspections on the Blue Line between Bowdoin and Orient Heights, as the T says are critical and necessary parts of maintaining the integrity of the system. There will be shuttle buses. Looking for the best car for you and for the money? All right, here's the ones you should be chasing. As you hear from CBS's Jeff Gilbert.
U.S. News and World Report's taking a look at their top vehicles of the year, then looking at which ones were good bargains. Of their 20 categories, editor Alex Quanten says 7 were led by Kia.
They haven't forgotten that, the basic core value of the brand is we sell a pretty good vehicle at a low price.
Ford was honored for their Expedition at F-150. The Chevy Equinox EV was the best compact electric utility for the money. Jeff Gilbert, CBS News, Detroit.
Another bounce-back day for the markets. The Dow's up 464 points. The S&P 500's up 54. The NASDAQ is up 262 points. Coming up on WBZ, one of the most impactful storms in several years is heading Boston's way.
Hey, it's Lori Grandy. Life can turn on a dime, and I realized that I hadn't taken the steps to really safeguard my dad and everything that he's saved. I didn't know the right trust could protect him and what he wants to pass on if things change suddenly. Phil, can you break it down, like what kind of trust works?
So, Laurie, a lot of people do revocable trusts and think they're protected, but they're not. We can do the special trust that will protect the assets. And most importantly, you have to do it 5 years in advance. If you don't, even if you have the perfect trust, it's not going to work. So the most important thing is to get in here, get it done 5 years in advance. You do the proper trust, and you're safe.
Call the folks at the Commonwealth Advisory Group, 1-800-705-1415. It's 1-800-705-1415. If you do one thing today, get this done. They help me, and they can help you too.
2026 is here, and a new year means new deals and savings at Butchika's. It's time to get out and hit the slopes in style. Butchika's is stocked with great deals from the best brands on skis, snowboards, and outerwear. Save $20 when you purchase lift tickets on RaggedMountainResort.com. Hurry in for the best selection. Shop Butchika's in Salem, New Hampshire for all your ski and bike needs. Ski season is here, so get your gear tax-free. All trails lead to Butchika's.
Thinking about redoing your bathroom? Don't deal with weeks of mess and stress. With the exclusive BathFitter PermaFit solution, your new tub or shower is custom measured, built to fit perfectly, and installed in just 1 day. Precision made, beautifully designed, and guaranteed for life. Visit bathfitter.com to get started today. This isn't just a bath upgrade. It's smarter. BathFitter PermaFit Solutions. Renovation, meet innovation. That's bathfitter.com.
The
football postseason lives on iHeart Radio.
And Denver's going to the AFC Championship game.
From the official NFL Podcast Network.
Welcome to NFL Daily.
Fox Sports Radio.
And now you have Denver without Bo Nix, and you got Jared Stidham.
Or local stations that bring you the games live.
Ball's intercepted, and the Broncos have it at their own 40.
This is 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
Just open the iHeartRadio app and search NFL to dive in.
This is WBZ News Radio, where Boston gets the news. An iHeart radio station.
45 degrees in Boston at 2:30. Good afternoon. I'm Ben Parker. Here's what's happening. Hard to believe, but here he comes. A bitterly cold weekend followed by a Sunday snowstorm. WBZ's Drew Mulholland with our wintry details.
All the models point to a Sunday afternoon mess.
Looks like it's going to start snowing sometime Sunday mid-morning to late afternoon, and with the worst of those impacts most likely occurring Sunday afternoon, evening into Monday morning.
Expect those Monday cancellations, school, daycare, whatever else. Meteorologist Kyle Peterson is with the National Weather Service. He says we have a 50% chance of a foot of snow in Boston. That's what they're looking at right now. And as for your preparation, get the sand and shovels early.
Before the storm on Saturday, it's going to be very cold. So if you're going out during the day on Saturday, make sure to bundle up. And then plans for Sunday night, I would avoid traveling if possible.
Yeah, basically, if you have Sunday afternoon plans, you might want to bump up to Saturday, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Drew, obviously. Meteorologist Kyle Peterson, thank you. Drew Mulholland, WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
By the way, Boston has officially declared a state of emergency ahead of the cold weather. A cold weather advisory kicks in at 10 o'clock tomorrow night for the bitterly cold weather over the weekend, and then a winter storm watch has been posted by the National Weather Service. There's still a little hemming and hawing over exactly how much snow we'll get, but it looks like 6 to 12 inches is a pretty good bet, though some places could get more and, some could get less. Cold and winter weather can be tough on everyone, but even more for those without a home. Those who care for Boston's homeless population want everyone to watch for their neighbors.
With piles of snow forecasted Sunday, Pine Street Inn President Lyndia Downey tells me the shelter will be open 24/7.
Our outreach vans will be out all night. We are adding some extra capacity earlier in the day. We are out now telling people while it's warm, don't get complacent. Come into shelter. We will make room for you.
If you see someone struggling, it's better to call 911 straight away. As the storm rages on, Vice President of Outreach and Emergency Programs Josh O'Brien says the Patriots game will be on inside for their clients.
The best day in the shelter is a tough day. So where we can provide an activity or celebrate with the Patriots together, we hope it just brings the humanity out in all of us. And we really want folks to come in and be out of the cold and the snow.
In the South End, Jay Willett, WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
A politically charged hearing in Washington today. Former special counsel Jack Smith defending his investigations into then former President Trump at a Republican-led hearing.
It was always about politics.
Republican House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan accused the former special counsel of being willing to do just about anything to go after Donald Trump. Jack Smith insisted he has no partisan loyalties.
President Trump was charged because the evidence established that he willfully broke the law.
Smith pursued 2 cases against Trump, alleging he sought to overturn the 2020 election results and that he illegally retained classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Both cases ended with Trump's return to office. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up on WBZ, the economy's up, but so is inflation. Details straight ahead, 2:33, traffic and weather together. The Subaru retailers of New England, all-wheel drive, traffic on the 3s. What's this going on 490, or 128, I should say, Gina?
Yes, just really busy out there. We have that car off the roadway up and in the Lexington stretch right at that ramp to Route 2. A little bit busy there, and then after that, you're going to hit some heavy-duty volume right about 3A up to 28. The southbound ride's going to slow you down, kind of typical delays out there, Endicott Street down to Lowell Street, and then again from 3A to 3, and then getting onto 3 northbound. And that's going to slow you down through the Bedford stretch. Gets better as you head to 495, that upper end of 495. Actually not too bad. And leaving the city on 93 northbound, also not too bad. A little slow through Somerville, getting up to Medford Square, Montvale Ave to the Cloverleaf, and then the lane drop will slow you down just a little bit, and then you're good to go to 495 after that. Lower end of 128, not too bad either. It's a little slow through the Needham Flat Flats, getting by Kendrick Street opens up, and then not bad onto 93. 93 northbound's busy from 28 to the split. Southbound's going to slow down from the split to 37. 18 to the lane drop on Route 3 southbound, and then kind of those typical delays of leaving the city now off the Zachem Bridge into the tunnel onto the expressway, down to Neponset, we'll call it, and then Adams to the split, northbound Adams up to Neponset, and then sluggish into the tunnel after that. This report is sponsored by CheapCaribbean.com. With all the best all-inclusive deals to Mexico and the Caribbean, booking your getaway with Cheap Caribbean Vacations gives you more freedom to do your deal. Now through February 2nd, get up to an extra $250 off your next beach vacay when you book with CheapCaribbean.com. Gina Tempesta, WBC's traffic on the 3s.
All right, today is a pretty good day. We've had temperatures getting well up into the 40s, so we can enjoy it for the time we have it. Some sun, some clouds the rest of this afternoon, and a slight breeze. Partly cloudy tonight. We'll get down into the 20s, and then tomorrow we'll be around the freezing mark, give or take a couple degrees with a mix of clouds and sunshine. And then we're set up for a really cold weekend. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures mainly in the teens. The wind will blow, and that'll make it feel like it's below zero, or at least around zero, with the real feels, which at night will feel like they're way below zero. As we head into the latter part of Sunday, we do have a winter storm watch that is posted. We're watching this snow storm. The exact track of the storm will help determine the exact amount of snow that'll land in your front yard. Right now, 6 to 12 inches looks like the deal, but it could change a little bit. Make sure you keep it tuned to WBZ News Radio, both on the radio and streaming on the iHeart Radio app throughout, as we'll keep you posted on what you will be expecting. 45 degrees right now in Boston. So we have snow in the forecast, and before that, we are set to deal with some extreme cold. WBC's Brooke McCarthy with details on how to keep those pets safe.
Temperatures are expected to drop into the single digits, with real feels even lower. And with that bitter forecast in mind, Cheryl Traversy with the Animal Rescue League says you need to take precautions with your pets. If you're walking your dog, she recommends a coat, little booties, and to be careful of salt on sidewalks.
Those are irritants, and so whatever you can do when you come back inside, whether it's wipe it with a towel, do a little quick dunk in a little container of just some warm water.
She says to keep walks short and to think of activities to do inside to keep your dog entertained.
And get some mental energy out while they're missing their physical walks.
When it comes to cats, remember to knock on your hood before starting your car. They often seek warmth in engines this time of year. Brooke McCarthy, WBZ Boston's News Radio.
Here's something to talk about, but maybe not on your phone. A new study will see if there's any negative health impacts from cell phone radiation. The Department of Health and Human Services says the study will look at electromagnetic radiation and possible gaps in current science. The National Cancer Institute says evidence so far suggests cell phones do not cause brain or other kinds of cancer. The greater Boston culinary scene is abuzz now that this year's James Beard semifinalists have been named. WBZ's Emma Friedman with more.
It's that time of year again when it's really exciting to be a chef in Boston and around the state.
The James Beard Awards are kind of like the Oscars of the culinary world.
The month-long award process has kicked off for the 36th James Beard Awards. I met Simone, the Assistant Director of Education at the Cambridge School of Culinary Arts, to talk about it at their new cafe across the street on Mass Ave in Cambridge.
We're excited about it. You know, we believe in consistent education, and we believe in creating delicious food every single day. We love when folks are recognized for excellence and excellent work in the culinary industry.
For chefs in training at CSCA, there's lots of buzz around the kitchen leading up to the nominations and the awards.
We've had actually 3 winners in the recent years.
This year, 16 Massachusetts restaurants were announced as semifinalists. In Cambridge, Emma Friedman, WBZ Boston's News Radio.
2:38, we are off to Wall Street. Andrew O'Day is at Bloomberg. What losses earlier this week?
Yeah, we got another day of gains, right about 1% for the main indexes. Dow up 414, NASDAQ gaining 249, S&P 500 right now up 50 points, with more than twice as many stocks moving higher than moving lower. 2 of the nation's biggest banks are exploring options to comply with President Trump's demand that credit card interest rates be capped at 10% for 1 year. It's an idea with what could be strong bipartisan support. Bank of America and Citigroup are separately considering offering new cards with a 10% rate. New cards would be an easier option for banks than reworking terms and conditions on existing cards to satisfy President Trump's demands. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Business on WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
Coming up on WBZ, the snow and ice expected to take down branches and trees this weekend. How to stay ahead of the damage.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Introducing the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid. Powered by Subaru's next-gen hybrid powertrain and trusted symmetrical all-wheel drive. The all-new Crosstrek Hybrid can take on up to 597 miles on a single tank with no plug-in required. So you can spend more time exploring and less time refueling. Everything you love and trust about the Subaru Crosstrek, now with more power, more efficiency, and more adventure. The all-new, all-wheel drive 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid. Experience adventure unplugged. Learn more about the 2026 Crosstrek Hybrid and find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9924. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9924. That's 800-575-9924. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Download the new iHeart Radio app and make WBZ News Radio your #1 preset and never miss breaking news again. WBZ, Boston's News Radio.